You know, you usually feel like belittled. I mean, underestimated. Well, that's what I mean. You can feel underestimated. That you deserve more and you're special. And I don't need to explain this psychology about the fact that it's not true and you're not special in the fact. But if you truly want to believe in that and you truly want to be that person, you can do it. But it's going to take you sacrifice yourself, sacrifice your ego, and be absolute idiot, beginner, like be nobody, trying to do something, feeling stupid, and being really piece of shit for some time. If you're starting something hard, it's physics or math or coding or university or I don't know, even electronics, you might feel as a piece of shit. And I'm trying to say it's a way of man of be that way of just be that way of just like of just you you divide it, okay, you divide your thinking into two phases. First is making a goal and then completing it, okay. You need to understand that you first should put a goal which you cannot withdraw in the future. You cannot like turn back from completing this goal, and you're taking full responsibility for delivering the result. Doesn't matter how hard it is, how painful it is, how stupid it is, okay. That's where we start. We're only starting. And then I'm trying to say that building that kind of, I don't know, strong portfolio or strong skills fundamentals or confidence might take not a year, not month, not three, not even 5 years. It might take up to 10 years. For me now it's kind of end of third year of trying making my life better, and you might ask, haven't you ever like slipped from the way of completing your goals? And I'd say I did. And life will put you back anyways. Like life will put you back and remind you that you're not special, you're just an average. And if you want to be above the average, you have to sign for stupid things, which might be stupid, which might not give you the reward, instant reward. It might be like a long journey where you just imagine the end result, which is coming in 2, 3, 5 or 10 years. Only for that particular moment you're going to grind right now and be like and saying no to every of your friends maybe. And yeah, you kind of didn't want to be the average when you was smaller children. You didn't want to be just basic stupid guy who I don't know, who just learn every subject which is giving at the university, which might be like useless subject. But you have to think of yourself that you have freedom as a man and you're accepting that you're responsible for your freedom. But at the end of the day, the knowledge which is given to you will be with you if you will adopt it to your vision of life. And it will take it's supposed to take you sacrifice with being all the time online, being all the time in trance, in fashion, in that kind of following your fear of missing something. It's not the way. You just have to skip it. You just have to skip that fear of missing something, fear of being average, and be average, be stupid, and be just hardworking. It's no way around for that. You can't skip anything. There are no shortcut. You might live your life and you might end up in regret because you spent so much time with no results, but at least you did something and you had a goal and you moved into it and you act as a man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And yeah, it's harsh, but it's kind of true life as what it is, or what it's supposed to be. I don't know. Like, you just have to accept that thing doesn't happen in one day. Only learning math might take you 2 years, as it took for me, and study physics might take another year, electronics another year of your life, building portfolio another year of your life, getting through internship another year of your life, getting a decent job after the internship another 2 years of your life. And how much I calculated, it's around 8 years, and it might be that way. It might take 8 years. What age you are right now at? Like, well, what's your age? You 20? You 25? You 30? Put it for 10 years ahead. Make big goals. Make this. If you don't see any meaningful goal, anything what you can touch with your logic right now at the moment, you see no other path, that means there are no other path. That means the only hard working path. And the backside of it and positive side of it might be that you have a reason inside of you for doing it. It's something personal. It's personal reason. I will give you a stupid example as becoming a Renaissance man. Become just a man in that term, and like being just basic, becoming just basic. Why it can't be a desire? Why should you feel special? You should go out and ask the world around you, please remind me that I'm stupid piece of shit. It will be way better than just sitting there and avoiding experiencing that, hiding behind the fact that like something should change without you taking any action and changing anything in your life. And I wanted to make it honest because, you know, when I was growing up on all kind of YouTube and watching everyone, everything is so glorified and soft. Everything looks like you can get a success instantly, like in a year or two, or in even shorter period of time. You can just, you know, just like do it. But in the fact, in the real life, for you, in order to have a good paying job, you need first a real expertise, then proving that you have this expertise, and then going through proving it in personal, then only getting something like a job or whatever. And it is the way it is. And I'm saying it again, there are no other way around. And I want to really make this message clear, which is what I'm saying is way better than you sitting there and thinking that it's like something going to happen, nothing going to happen, nothing going to change by itself. You have to work it through, and you have to find a way to work it through. You have to be kind of person who just planning it in advance and who knows what he does and where he goes. And I prefer not to talk about my goals to anybody. It really helps. You're not talking, you're just showing the results. And it's painful. It takes time. It takes out your kind of sweetie life and exchanging it for something certain. It determines you, it determines who you are, and you just admit the way things should be. You don't think of if it's appropriate for me, how I find the best job for myself. You don't look for the best job. You just take what you can take, and then you probably study. As I did, I worked and study in parallel, and it's way better than sitting here and waiting that something going to change. And it's definitely should be counted that it's filter involved in it. So you should filter the information, you should filter the opinion, and the only thing you should ask is if that person, what he's saying and what he represents is aligned with what I see and how I represent in the world, how I represent how how I see the world. If that person by itself aligned with where I move, if this person is not, you don't care if it's right or not. You don't care if your goal is right or not. You just cut off this person, and being harsh to other people is not like something special. It's normal belief in life, and if you kind of this soft baby as me, or at least who I tend to be, or I was, you have to realize that you have to be harsh, because life going to be harsh to you in any way, and other people will be harsh to you in all cases. And I'm not saying that you should be isolated and protected from everyone and be like living in the shell, but to some extent sometimes you kind of have to live in shell. And sometimes you have to open this shell for letting others intersect with your opinion, values, and goals, just in order for only you to understand and realize again and remind yourself that it's not going to work. You know, I just want to fix this point and say that sometimes, as a man, you have to do something. Even if you don't know where it leads you, you have to do something. Okay? Even if you can't make sure that it leads you to success, you just stop being pretending a baby, and you just say, wait, what I'm thinking right now, does it in general make me working more and harder, or does it make me sit still and doing nothing? I'd better do something. And that's only the measurement you should take on to your life picture. And that is. If there are any conclusion, I'd like to make some conclusion. Let me think. I just thought for a couple of minutes and there are no conclusion. It's complete thought by itself. Yeah. See you soon.